Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 1291 in Candy Crush Saga, where we have 19 moves to clear out 53 frosting. If you find these videos helpful, I'd ask that you consider liking and subscribing. That in turn would really help me out. Now, this nightmarishly hard level is a special dedication to Kim. And I can see the problem. We don't have very much frosting on the board. We have to rely on getting some from here through these portals. But the problem is we're trying to collect blockers, basically. We're trying to collect frosting, and it's going to keep covering up the areas we need to get through. We do have some stripes on the board to help us. I've got this opportunity to make this right away. It not only took out some of the frosting, but it took out some of the licorice. And the deal with licorice is when I take some out on a turn, no new licorice can form. And when I don't, that's when new licorice can show up and then drop down if there's space for it. Here again, we've got this problem. I'm going to create this frosting, but it blocks the path. So I have to keep taking things out, and I have to get some nice cascading like that because I don't have a whole lot of moves to get this many collected. I do like a nice stripe. Let's do this. We're not really collecting a lot at this point. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I've got an opportunity to set off a few things here, so I'm hoping that cascading will help. Oh, okay, so I was disappointed that I couldn't get a combo with this blue to hit with this stripe, but it settled down here, and that's pretty good. Now, what happens if I do this? Then I put I put some frosting up here, and it gets stuck up here, and I think that might be even more problematic, but I'm too intrigued to leave it alone because does it drop in if it's a frosting or does it stay on the conveyor belt? I need to see how that works. So let's experiment with this because knowledge is power. Oh, if it's on the conveyor belt, here's the great news, and this happens with some of these. If it's on the conveyor belt on this particular level, if it turns into a frosting up here, it will automatically be collected. It doesn't actually turn into a frosting. It just kind of melts into the ether, and that's perfect. We get credit for it. We're not penalized for it. So the more moves we can make like that, the better off we'll be. So if I take out all green at this point in time, these two will count, and they won't block the path. Let's check it just to make sure. There we go. All right, what else can I do? I kind of like this move. But again, very frustrated that I don't have a whole lot of moves left, and I still have so much work to get done here. There's that nice cascading. I need even more of that. Yikes. Okay, so one of the problems with this board is there's not a whole lot of cascading we can actually force into action. So that cascading that happens where I make a move that looks like it's going to trigger another move, awesome. I want to do that as often as possible. But the board is going to have to help me out. After it makes another move, I'm going to have to hope that what comes down makes another move and another move and another move. It's not until I trigger one or more, probably, of those phenomenal cascades that I'm likely to get this solved. So it's my responsibility to set up the board for cascades, and then eventually the game has to help me out by giving me something spectacular. I'm going to pause the recording, come back with a new board. I will have the microphone turned off until I have something important to share. Okay, so I was off in my own little world, not realizing that I am almost done, and I am almost done. All I need to do is take this out. I can do that easily. Boom. But even though that was easy, it didn't mean that the whole project was easy. Thankfully, I was able to get this done between 10 and 15 tries. Pretty good for a nightmarishly hard level, in my opinion. But it does take a lot of counterintuitive thinking. I saw some moves that would make a special, but then I chose other moves that didn't necessarily make a special, but set up that cascading. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below, and as always, thank you so much for watching.